Hey, thanks for doing this, guys. So I
Thanks
haven't
for
got to
having
work.
me.
Yeah, I haven't got to really work with you guys much, but I know you guys are going to do some kind of video or at OPO tomorrow or something. But
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
I want to learn more. You guys do some cool things. I love
we're
this
doing we're doing a lot.
Tessa Violet video. What do you got? 62 million views on that thing, or close to
Oh my
60,
gosh, goodness.
61. How did that come
Yeah.
about? What is that all about?
Uh,
Well,
what
first of
is
all, tell me. We
story?
should back up first. You're supposed to back up, and before we go there, I guess should tell me what. Tell everybody a little bit about your company and Big Forest. You call it Big Forest Video or Big Forest Productions, right?
Both work. We tend to just
Yeah,
go by Big Forest,
Big
but
Forest. Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
to keep it clear, we say productions a lot.
And you guys both went to school together. I've been paying attention to that a little bit, but it's kind of a fun. I mean, content is everything right now, and
Content is key.
all the conversations we're having right now, well, everybody's doing this zooming and the video conferencing and stuff is becoming a thing. But man, more everybody I talk to that's entrepreneurs, they're all trying to figure out how to create content. That's what you guys do. So
That's right.
Well, that's what we try to do.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Well,
our aim.
from the looks of it, you've been pretty successful. I mean, you're the only person I know that's got content out there, a piece of content that's been viewed by 62 million or nearly 61 plus million people. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, it still confounds us. We're like, wow, how'd that happen?
Yeah, if only we set out to do that, and
Right.
make it happen, that would be great. But it tends
Yeah,
to
it's-
happen when we're not planning on it.
Yeah, exactly. Can't really predict the trends too hard, you know. Something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to do a music video, but I don't know how to sing or play any instrument, so I don't know what you do.
We can fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just yeah.
Movie magic. Yeah.
Well, I can't write any music either, so.
We'll hire somebody.
Yeah, we
you know?
might need some outside.
Yeah, yeah. that'd
Well,
be
I
fun.
guess our company
Fun
came
stuff.
into being. Jordan and I have been friends for like around 20 years. We were in Boy Scouting together. We just kind of grew up together. A few of our guys that are in our company also grew up with us. So there's that factor. We were all in Boy Scouting. So the name Big Forest harkens back to our Boy Scout roots, but
Oh,
not
nice.
just we're Eagle Scouts too. So it's not just Eagle Scouting and Boy Scouting, but just
Yeah,
our mutual affinity for the woods and kind of that feeling that the forest creates.
I was a Weeblo. That's the farthest I got.
Yeah,
Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts.
You're
Yeah, I
all
was a Cub Scout.
too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say Boy Scouts
Remember
are easy,
drill
but
or whatever.
yeah, we were Boy Scouts. It's all three.
Three?
Yeah.
That's three? Okay, yeah. I just knew the two,
Yeah.
I guess.
Absolutely. Well, we were making films just for fun as kids, and then we knew from early age we knew that's something that we wanted to pursue into our adult lives and like I'd say our maturity, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we were really matured. But then we went to school for cinema arts. We got our BFAs. Jordan did, I did, and Isaac. We all got our digital cinema arts BFA. Credo got his degree in philosophy. Is that right?
In economics,
And
I think.
economic development, maybe
Mm.
something along
Yeah.
those lines. And then Andy was a graphic design major as well, and he works for Caleres, which is a shoe company, right?
Yeah, they
Nice.
absorbed a brown shoe
Yeah.
company.
Oh,
They're
neat. Yeah.
professionals.
Yeah, I have my degree in engineering. I'm electrical engineering, much more boring than the stuff you guys do. So
Hardly.
Hardly.
Yeah.
Also a little bit more secure.
I haven't done any engineering work for 30 years, so I don't know.
Well, Isaac was he was doing metallurgical engineering for his first
Oh
couple
yeah,
of years.
yeah. Oh,
He
cool.
was.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
he was an artist.
we converted him to the dark side.
We did. We called him over. He started doing different. He helped us. We actually built some equipment. We built a camera jib, which is like that long arm thing that helps get
Oh,
nice.
neat.
steady
Yeah,
behind the
smooth.
bot.
High school.
Yeah, it was high school when we did that whole thing. That was a lot of fun. And then we all got our degrees. We started working in the field, with various different positions in editing and on campus for different things. And we decided we knew that we wanted to be our own entity from again an early age, but we just always pictured that happening, kind of coming about much further down. We thought that would materialize when we were in our like
Yeah.
40s.
Why
And then here
wait?
we are.
Exactly.
Yeah, like why wait? We're like
Yeah.
I was having a lot of apprehensions about coming on full time to the company, and one of the guys I used to work for at a different job. He's like, you're at your lowest risk point in your life right now.
True.
So you might as well pull the trigger while you're young. And if it doesn't work, you didn't lose too much. I was like, yeah, fair point.
Yeah,
And then,
I was 29 when I started, and we had just bought our first house, and I had a mortgage, and my wife was pregnant with our first kid, and it's like, what am I doing? But it was so it was actually younger better. I don't know.
when
It
I
worked
jumped,
out.
yeah, I just bought a house. My wife and I just bought a house, and it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
why did I do this?
Yeah.
Yep. And then
Well, yeah, go on.
working in the arts it always seems like, oh, you've got such a fun job. It's all fun until you got to pay the water bill, you know.
Yeah.
And then suddenly things kind of, it can affect your outlook a little. So that's something you got to keep in check.
Yeah, it's neat that you guys do the creative process is such a cool thing, and when you mix that also with some of the it's kind of the left and right brain thing working. Seems like a great, and a lot of it's, I think people underestimate it's hard to teach people creative. The engineering piece or the scientific piece or the science piece is the left brain stuff seems to be, I don't say easier to teach, but it's learnable. I don't know. The creative stuff is sometimes you have it or you don't. And that's hard to find, when
Intuition, that's two things. It's kind of it is hard to teach that.
Yeah, it's hard to teach. Well, you guys have a great start, so I'm excited to see. This is normally we do this OPO birthday thing. It's our 5th year today. Actually, we started in May 5th, 2000. Yeah, thanks. It was kind of an accidental thing that we did with OPO, but it seems to be working.
Hey,
And so that's kind of fun. But the real cool thing is, and when we put it together, it was really trying to. I always use the analogy. I was kind of dreaming about trying. Well, it'd be cool to have like a country club minus the golf course and the tennis and the food and just a place where people could meet and talk and do this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. I mean, you guys have been part of OPO for a while, but I mean, a lot of times you guys come in, I think at night on Thursday nights or something. I don't remember.
we do.
So I don't get to see, you don't get to participate in the country club.
Well, yeah.
What do you call it?
You spend a lot of people behind cameras out and about, and then it's like
you're here by yourself meeting in the conference room without anybody.
Right.
So we have to do a video cast to
right.
meet up to actually have the discussion with you, which is.
It took a pandemic to get us to talk to you.
Yeah. Well, it's my loss because when I say, man, this is kind of neat stuff you get. It's amazing to see what you guys are doing. Everybody's doing. I mean, the real treat for OPO is really the companies here. There's some really talented people like yourself and so many others. And I saw one of the videos you guys you had done a promo for James Crane with the Grab Me delivery. Yeah. I know he I don't know if he gave up on that, but boy, right now I'm like, every time the last couple weeks I was, wow, I wonder what James is doing with his delivery app, because man, it could be, that's a pain point everybody's having right now. Go get me some groceries or something.
I know.
Can of paint, toilet paper, right? I mean, the video is, you should put that video out there. It would be, I mean, it's awesome. I was watching it earlier today, the Grab Me delivery video that you guys put together for him. I mean, it's like, that would be like in the middle of the pandemic, man. That's like, you couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
If only I could take credit and be like, well, we knew it was coming, so that's why we did.
Yeah, that's a cool. People don't know. There's if you go out to Big Forest website and their portfolio, they have a video. You got to watch you got to be one of the 62 million people to watch the I don't even, Tessa Violet is her name, I guess.
Tessa Violet's the art. Yeah,
she's the indie pop star or whatever. And then you have one for Grab Me Delivery. You got to watch the Grab Me Delivery video. Is really cool. It's funny.
Glad you like it.
You have nice humor, and I mean, it's spot on. Right, you should pull that thing out now.
It's only about 30 seconds long. We use that
Yeah.
video a lot, actually. Some of us, myself and Chris both, we've gone individually to different universities, like gone to Lindenwood, and I
Yeah.
went to UMSL, and we will not teach classes, but professors will have us teach for a class period just about writing or composition or whatever. And one of our big tenets as a company is always incorporating storytelling, even into something with no dialogue, like a 30-second video about toilet paper. And we
Yeah.
always stress like something that's lost on videos today is the 3-act story structure of having an actual beginning, middle, and an end. And I pull out that video pretty often because there's no dialogue, and even if you don't have the music on, I play it for the students. They
Yeah.
watch it. It's nice and short. And then I ask them like, "What's this video about?" And they're like, "Well, it's about an app." And I'm like, "That does what?" And they're like, "It's about an app, kind of like Grubhub, except for every other thing you might need." And then I'm like, "Also, what do you know about this guy?" And they're like, "Well, he lives with kids because there's toys on the floor in one of the
Yeah.
shots, and he's all alone, and he has an idea, and it's really simple, but they can tell you like, oh, act one, he's taking a dump and he's out of toilet paper, and there's a
Yeah.
crisis. Act two, he remembers, that he has to call the app, but now he got some conflict because he's the only one home, so he has to waddle to the front door, with the
Yeah.
pants around his ankles. And act three is the resolution of getting the toilet paper roll and finishing his business. And we didn't really plan it that way, but it kind of ended up being a perfect example of like, you don't need this epic, story to incorporate a 3-act structure. And that's ended up being one of our most popular videos. So
Yeah. Anything you can do to get that out there now, in the middle of this pandemic would be cool. I mean, it's very appropriate. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, and then I like the other video you guys did too, which is the Locust business district in the city. That's actually very well done, and I'd love to see something like that done for Main Street in St. Charles. Would be, I don't know if you've done anything for them.
We're working on it.
Yeah. Are you
I'd
familiar
love
with
to
our
see
Meet the
that.
Neighbors initiative?
What's that?
Are you familiar with our Meet the Neighbors initiative?
Meet your neighbor? No. Tell me about
That's
it.
actually what we're filming tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, neat.
So what we're doing is for some select businesses, we are offering we call it a 30-second, but it's basically just within a minute video.
59 seconds.
59-second video. Just a free video for these businesses to give them some advertising, and it's all kind of this conglomeration idea that we're kind of pushing toward, this concept called Connected at the Roots, which is a way of trying to connect our local businesses and kind of become like, what was that saying? We always say a rising tide raises all ships or something.
Oh yeah.
Jordan could probably speak more to that initiative.
It's been a huge shift for us this year.
Yeah.
It feels like our first year as a business. We did a lot of stuff for artists before, like Tessa Violet, a few others, and those videos were, they gained a lot of popularity and really took off. And we were always working with people from out of town. It's fine. But at the same time, we started realizing that we really loved the tenets of the Midwestern spirit that we were born in, and the local community scene and the local business scene. And we started kind of trying to get to the heart of like what makes all these businesses so great, and it's business owners, and the community leaders like yourself, or like Mr. Scott Dratnick at the EDC. We just featured in the video.
Yeah.
And,
did you do one with Scott? Yeah, I thought I saw that too. You were.
Yeah.
It's not out there yet though. You're just.
Oh, it's out. It's out. It's called
is
Co-Video 19 channel. The two of us kind of
send me the link. I'd love to see that actually.
We'd like you to be on it, Randy.
Yeah, we want you on the show.
Okay, yeah.
Send a video just like this one to us, and we'll put it in there, because it's all during the quarantine. So Scott walked around with his phone, and he filmed the empty EDC, and he was like, "It's really weird, no one's here." And then he filmed himself, and he had some words of encouragement for everybody, and really the focus is to reach out to everyone and help other people be aware of how to still patronize your business during this time, because a lot of people have adapted, which is what we love about it.
Oh yeah.
And then also, like, here we are, and here's what our new normal will be like. And you should check that out. It's called Co-Video 19. We're gonna release. We have like 3 more in the works. We got Scott Colby from Colby Co. coming on pretty soon, and then we have Mr. Tim Brasher from Twin Theory, and then a couple others. We got one of our long clients is David Weglars of Still 630 Distillery down by the Arch. He's on there. It's a lot of fun.
Did you? I wonder what's happening with the guys down the street that are doing the climbing gym. Have you talked to Climb So Well?
I've not talked to them. They're on our list for sure.
That's cool.
It's all been part of this big, just Midwestern push.
Well, I'd love.
We've used, but much more rewarding. Like, our morale is better. It just feels better. Like our spirits are happier that we're working with our local business scene, and we're working with our neighbors, and that's really what the Meet the Neighbors.
Oh, I'd love to see you do videos for a bunch of OPO. I know some people I've been doing these things with, like Brian Bowles, who has the Transathlete. He would be. We had this discussion. He creating content is so it would be perfect for them, or Jim Eberlin, Top Ops, or those guys would be awesome. And then
all these people are great. They're our people,
Right.
And it's what we're
Jim Guerra, he's the CEO of. He's in the building next door too, but he's an OPO member as well. But Fusion 5 healthcare, they would all be all of them would be great. So we need to. I'll help you coordinate that. We'll get that.
Please do.
Well, and I'd love to see you do the shops, like even their OPO tenants. We have 3 retail shops. So you have Billy's Main Street Hair Salon. It'd be fun. We could do something fun with that. You could do with Abigail's, the dress shop across the street.
Yeah.
And then Keith Lester, it'd be fun with Candle Fusion. All of those would be awesome.
Lester.
I'll work with you. We'll work on that after.
We're working with we've been trying to work with the Main Street General Store too. We love.
That's kind of neat.
They're awesome, but we've kind of just been like
CBD,
at night. But and then the pandemic hit, so we haven't gotten over there. But they're on there, and I actually live. I live in Winsville right now, and I live right down the road from that gal's cousin who owns her own general store.
Oh, really?
Been there. It's called LB's General Store. It's been there for a few years, and it's in the Old Town Winsville, and they're kind of doing the same thing. And I mean, it's St. Louis County and St. Charles County. Like, there's no, we're going wide with it. Anyone we can get, a little free video for, feature them in it, and then we hope to connect everyone with a larger video that actually features all of these businesses together.
I love it. I know. Anyway, so we can. We'll chat after this some more about. I have all kinds of. It's hard to. Bob Yana he moved to Key West or something. We used to have him do some stuff, but he's not around, and it's hard.
We're happy to help. We're happy to help.
I know. We'll talk. We're getting ready to launch. Actually, we're running inside of membership. It's actually going to be called Membership Wear. So we're going to launch it June 1st. So it's for doing membership-based organizations. So anyway, we're not here to talk. But I want to talk about your stuff. So let's come back to real quick. So how'd you come up with the name for? You guys talked about that before. It was Boy Scout based, right?
Yep. Basically, that was it. We were just a bunch of rapscallions.
Yeah.
A bunch of creative little kids that just wanted to have fun for a living and tell stories. I know that's kind of cliche at this point when you talk to artists and say, like, I just wanted to tell stories, but genuinely we just looked up to our heroes at the time, which were people like George Lucas or Steven Spielberg with Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, and we're like, man, we want to be a part of that. So that's what we have continued to try and keep that passion and video alive. And
you guys you're bootstrapped this whole thing, right? You don't have funding or anything like that. So that's right. That's a good way to do it. That's the way I've always done it.
That Midwestern grit.
Yeah. My dad, both my grandparents grew up. Both my parents and my grandparents grew up on farms, and you always have to do everything. You got to do it yourself, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It takes
we
figure,
both
figure everything out.
yeah, a lot of long days working, and
Yeah.
you feel
Yeah.
good at the end of it. You're all beat, and tired, and sweaty, but rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your customers, we talked a little bit about different. Can we talk a little bit about the music video? How'd you get that? Can I tell the story of that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. So Tessa Violet she's a music artist, but before she was a music artist, she did a lot of YouTube content. She was a YouTube celebrity, which is a thing now. Very
Yeah.
real thing.
That's what I hear.
And it was Isaac originally who got in contact with her. She was living in Nashville at the time, right?
She was.
And he went to Nashville to do, I'm pretty sure it was an unrelated job, but he knew somebody who knew her, and I'm probably butchering this. If Isaac were here, he'd be like, no, this is what happened. But all of us at the time were doing a lot of different stuff. Like I was freelancing / working in reality TV. Chris was working for a different production company.
Yeah.
And Isaac was really getting into photography. That was his his side deal. So he ended up doing some photos for her first album that she released. Because she was getting into the music scene. She was like, I need a really good album art. So that's really how the connection started. Was he started getting shots of her around the city, around Nashville. It's a really beautiful city. A lot of kind of the more beaded areas.
Yeah.
That's a cool town.
Yeah. And then that led to he was like, I do video also. And I also have friends who do video. And we started working with him kind of off and on, the two of us. But he was the main engineer, if you will. And his engineering side really started shining through film at this point too, because he built a lot of practical things.
It's a great video. It's like I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a fun video. And I mean, to make a long story short, she kept coming back to us, but it was mostly going through Isaac. But by then we had formed our company, and he was like, well, we can just do this as Big for it, and we had a lot more resources, including more creative input from other people like us two crazy people. And Credo used to work at the county market where we shot that video. It's in a grocery store.
Yeah.
And
Winfield?
In Winfield, Missouri. Yeah. And that used to be an IGA, and he worked there all through high school. And back when we would go visit him at his parents' house and stuff, and he was like, I still know everyone that works there. Everyone who was working there back then is still there. So
neat,
we got after hours at midnight or something.
Put them on the map, huh?
Yep.
we were setting up, I think, right at 10 o'clock. 10 p.m.
Yep. We got in there, and we hired a full, we got as much grip equipment as we needed because Tessa was very generous and gave us all the funding we needed. And we're like, we don't even want to make a profit off it. We're just going to make this video as best we can. And it ended up being a really simple idea of her just basically, the song is called Crush, and she has a crush on this clerk, basically, or this guy who's just stocking the shelves who works there, who was also an actor. Everyone in that video is an actor. We got matching uniforms, and we got other people who were just extras to shop around in the background, and it just kind of blew up into this whole thing where Chris was literally walking around with a megaphone, we're orchestrating people, and I'm pushing Isaac around on a dolly, and I was directing it, and Isaac was doing the filming, and Chris was basically production coordinator.
It was a wrangler.
And we stayed there all night until the sun came up. I mean, we left.
So you just did it from 10 to sunrise.
Well, sunrise, about 6:30 a.m. I was not in bed until about 10 that morning.
It was one of the worst drive homes of all time.
Winfield is not close.
My.
And then as far as it blowing up, I don't know what to tell you there. It is a very catchy song, but it's a very simple video. It struck a chord. It blew up over here, and then believe it or not, half the views are actually from Russia.
Maybe more than that.
Maybe more than. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's an entire meme culture that has been created from this video over there because something about Tessa's yellow hair in the video.
Yeah, her hair with what she's wearing. The sweater that she's wearing is in Russian. I think it says "Little Bear." Yeah. And I guess all of this culminated to really kind of rally a bunch of Russian fans.
Oh, she became known as the Russian queen over
Yeah.
there.
Wow. Wow.
And
Well, did she
we
hire? Is she going to hire you for more videos now, or what?
we ended up doing some more work for her,
We
actually.
did
did?
a little
Okay.
bit.
But I mean, quite honestly, she travels a ton, and like I said, we
Yeah.
started kind of refocusing our brand to local
Yeah.
businesses
Sure,
and
sure.
stuff. And we did a little bit more for her, like some on the books, some off the books.
Yeah.
But she started going on tour after this thing, and like
Right.
we had to renegotiate like deals with her and stuff. Like we did not foresee this video happening, but she was very gracious through all of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
And it was, she ended up. I don't even know where she is geographically now.
I think she's based out of LA.
Yeah.
This is like judging off of most recent information, which is at least a year old.
Yeah.
And so she was living in LA for at least a temporary amount of time, trying to get back to Nashville, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's where
okay.
she wanted to live, but I guess that a lot of her operations were based in Nashville, therefore she kind of moved there temporarily. And maybe that's permanent now. I
Yeah.
don't know.
We've
I know
got a
she
lot.
wants- she
We've
wants
got a
to
lot
get
of
back to Nashville.
unseen footage from music videos, like bits and pieces that I think she ended up ultimately going with the more local production
Yeah.
company
Yeah.
that was basically in her backyard.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been her go-to guys. I mean, she's got a lot more stuff now. In
Yeah.
my opinion, just as good or better than ours, but for some reason they haven't blown up. But
Yeah, nothing else is blown up.
I guess
like
the
that
Russians didn't find it as.
Yeah, you guys are you're at magic sauce there, man. She needs
Yeah,
to come
but
back.
she we have a lot to owe to Tessa. I mean, she made us blow up after that somehow, and we ended up doing work with another a friend of hers named Anna Akana, who
Yeah.
has been in she's a big deal
Another big YouTuber.
but also she's been in some Hollywood films, and she just broke out in the music video business. I mean, all these people came to us,
Word
which
of
was
mouth.
weird, through word of mouth to Missouri, and stayed with Chris and his wife, and like
In this house.
in this house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And like
With the
it was-
workbench.
yeah, we're like, what is the deal? But there was always a resounding thing that kind of led to our rebranding was that everybody loved our hospitality, and like,
Nice.
they weren't used to film crews that weren't like hating their lives every second. That's what we're used to also
Yeah.
by working in the
Sure.
the larger industry.
Absolutely.
So I mean, yeah, I guess.
So has that been from a marketing perspective? I mean, in terms of how you market yourself, is it through these past videos that you've done? I mean, through the views on YouTube and whatnot. I mean, where or how else are you guys going? How are you finding your customers?
So
You say they're all coming to you now, but
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. After these larger videos, we kind of had a scaling issue.
Yeah.
We started getting, we started doing these like, tens of thousands of dollars worth of budgetary, like just budgeted projects. And we started learning really quickly that like we were kind of missing the point of what we really wanted to do for like our local community.
Yeah. Lost focus.
We lost focus, and it was really tough on the inside and on the outside. We learned a lot of lessons.
Hard lessons.
We kept our head above water a little bit, but it all led to we don't exactly point to those videos anymore when we market ourselves.
wow, yeah.
To be honest, we are so glad that we got to do them and be a part of them.
Right.
But now it's like those videos appeal to consumers, and we're really trying to appeal to other businesses.
Yeah, more
And those are
B2B type
completely
stuff.
different markets.
B2B.
Mhm.
Yeah, and obviously, like Chris said, we still have our like Lord of the Rings, C.S. Lewis, and J.R. Tolkien like influences and stuff we want to do. I mean, someday we want to do a Netflix miniseries if we can, of something awesome, a narrative.
Yeah, you need to talk to Bill Dubuque. He's an OPO member.
So
We
I've
do
been-
need
so
to
I've
talk
been
to
told. He's avoiding it. No, I'm kidding. We haven't reached out.
Can you connect us?
Well, he's here every day, so he's
Yeah,
down
in the
here all the
meantime,
time.
though, we got to pay bills, but on top of that, we are really passionate about, like I said it a million times already, but the Midwest and the people here. And I mean, as far as we're concerned, the best people in the world are here, and that's what we want to promote.
Yeah.
We really love camaraderie. We've also noticed that there's kind of a lack of that. Everyone is really good on their own, but they're really bad at asking for help. So we're trying to do that.
Yeah.
So in terms of marketing, we actually tend to market our hardworking spirit and our love of local business and making St. Louis not a flyover city, you know? And
Mhm.
that has really resounded with a lot of, I mean, we've connected with a lot of different people, agencies and businesses alike, that
Yeah,
are like,
there's
yeah, like I'm trying to do that too. It's really hard to get people to stay here. You know, we're just
Mhm.
hemorrhaging people all the time. But then when people come home for the holidays, they always come here. Like, why is that? You
Yeah.
know?
Well, yeah, that's a big issue for St. Louis, and there's a lot of people
Yeah.
trying to work hard to change that, and we need more people telling stories, which is what you guys do. So
Right.
I think you're on to something that's really needed in this region. So
Yeah.
I look forward to helping you guys make some of those connections.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Mm.
Well,
Uh,
part of that too is that our recent remodeling, Jordan has been explaining.
Yeah.
One of those things is putting our best foot forward, which includes like we're the show me states. We're trying to like show that, right? That's why we're doing things like meet the neighbors, doing a lot of work that is for free, but it's more of an investment, right? We're trying to paint those around us, people not unlike yourself, like you are one of the subjects, Randy, that we're trying to show. We're trying to show the rest of our community how we view these people. Like we're
Yeah.
trying to say these people are heroes to us in their own way. These people are admirable characters that are worth your time. Their business is worth your attention, and so that plays big time into like the influences from our early age into our even our new rebranding. Is saying, look, things are still epic. You need to look at them from a different angle. You need to see it from a different point of view, and that plays big time into our who we are now and who we're trying to be.
Well, maybe this pandemic that we're in, I mean, it's taken the pandemic. We built this podcast studio a long time ago, and this is the first time I used it. I stepped in, it was yesterday. So so I was like, hey, this is kind of nice. It's soundproof. We were going to do it upstairs. And man, the lighting's bad. It sounds bad.
You've used it a couple
I think we have a studio. I bought a microphone and lights and we did all this stuff. But I said, why don't we use that? Okay. Works pretty
This is
good.
valuable. We built our own here actually.
Yeah,
In
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah. I bet you got a
on the
nice
corner.
one.
Basement's like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
In the room of
Yeah.
requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super proud of, I don't want to say OPO was an accident, but it's really been rewarding the last 5 years and see what's happened.
Yeah.
But it's really about folks like you all and, the opportunity to see all the entrepreneurs and the various companies that have come through here and that are here and that are still here now. It's really interesting and fun to get the opportunity to interact with you guys, and I really look forward to seeing what happens the next 5 years with Big Forest and with both you guys, Chris, Jordan. You guys seem like you're in the right space at the right time. I hope you can capitalize off of that, and really look forward to seeing where you take this thing. That's cool.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
I really like it. You guys got great attitude and got that nice, really great creative, and you got some great experiences that you've had. So I really envy that. That's cool.
Well, thank you very much, Randy. Really appreciate it.
All right,